Good morning, gamers, and welcome back. I am the AMDM Lee, and this is my cup of coffee. And you're watching Bridgewater Knights. So, the Tomb of Mashak. People have been dying in this thing now. The players have gone in there, and oh my god, they ran into something that kicked their ass. After going in there a few times and the dead bodies showing up, which nobody's ever died in the Tomb of Mashak, they get confronted by this thing that is warping the magical realm within the tomb. And it walks up to Clay. Power word kill. Clay goes down. Teleported out of the tomb. That leaves Leonardos. I'm sorry, Leonardos isn't here. That leaves Terrid and Vanique. As Vanique fires his blasts of arcane energy as a pact of the weave, he feels his magic sucked out of him. His connection to the weave has been broken. He has no magic. Terrid is closest to the exit. He casts one healing spell to boost Vanique's power, his vitality, and then heads to the exit. Vanique then proceeds to try to evade this creature of arcane energy as it summons up a crystalline shard at the top, warping like a black hole the space around it. If he had not been healed, he would have been killed. And he is thrown through the exit as this explosive force of magical energy is unleashed. The party then proceeds. As they get out, they realize that Clay is in the Temple of Brant, the god of war, who has got a temple a small temple outside the tomb. Shepherd Reese is there. Shepherd Brant is there, or Shepherd Lasark. Lasark is attempting to perform a Raise the Dead resurrection spell. I believe it's Raise the Dead. This is the first time Clay has died. So the saving throw was luckily fairly low, and I use Mercer's save so that every time you die, the difficulty of coming back gets harder. Through the actions of Terrid, who plays a mournful, sorrowful-filled lullaby upon his flute, and just frightful that he has lost another one, that he is not powerful enough to continue on. Vanique proceeds to do everything in his power. Mind you, he is not connected to the weave at this point, but what arcane knowledge he has to amplify the energies of the ritual that Lasark is performing, which Shepherd Reese also lent something to it that the others did not see. All in all, it lowered the difficulty by 3, dropping the difficulty down to a 7. Clay then rolls to see if they pass. Clay rolls a 7. Awakening back in the world, pissed off because he doesn't know what's going on. But while in that state, Xandus tells Clay, "Oh, it's not your time. You still have some things to do for me, Shepherd Clay." Calls him a shepherd. Flat out tells Clay, "You're a shepherd." Clay still doesn't believe it. Clay actually tried to punch the guy who was wearing up to punch this large creature that was hiding in the mist, circling around him. It was kind of humorous. So they're like, "Oh, fuck, this thing is a big bad motherfucker in there." So they do some research. Well, one of the other players who was missed out had her do some research. They wrote the notes down on a flyer. Well, the back of the flyer is for a missing girl that the players know or have run into previous. This missing girl, they come to find out, they go back to the college. They come to find out that she studies transmutation magic. She's a student. Well, of course, school of magic, so she's one of the students, and she studies transformation magic. She's been missing for 6 months. Or at least the last journal says, "Hey, I think I found a way in," as in into the tomb, bypassing the normal things. We shall see what goes on. She was really interested in how the tomb of Meshach worked and was wanting to study it for her thesis. That was 6 months ago. She had been caught inside the tomb when it closed down and proceeded to change. She has been exposed to unknown sources of magical energy. I'm thinking in my head, it's kind of like it's kind of like gamma radiation, and just, she's basically hulked the fuck out. 6 months in the heart of a star. Like, imagine Superman coming back after that. She's a bad bitch now. And of course, power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. So this is now her realm in there, and she is not happy that people are in her realm. So that is where we're at. So they finally decided to go back to their respective areas. They found a couple of magic items. They spoke to Professor Drell, the artificer dwarf at the college, who had some dampening, like anti-magic field generators. And they found a pair of goggles because the person that the girl has an ability to cast magic without components, so to speak. No verbal, no somatic. Well, they found the professor has a set of goggles that allows him to gauge a student's work in an artificer to make sure it's not going to explode, how powerful it is, that sort of thing. Well, it'll also allow a player or a character to, if you use subtle spell, it will still allow you to see the arcane energies being performed, thus allowing a mage who is wearing the goggles looking at you to counterspell. As long as they can see it, the magic, they can see the magic being created and counterspell it. It also gives you a level indicator. Of course, that was just the joke part. It's over 9,000. Of course, I had to put over 9,000 in there. Oh my God! Vanique did eventually gain his abilities back over the course of a long rest. But we know that this creature will drain magic and is a bad bitch. So the party has decided that they went and found some more healing potions, and then they've gone back to their base and had gotten their sidekicks. Their sidekicks, as of right now, are 2 warriors and an expert. I think the next person's sidekick should be a spellcasting healer, but that's just me as the DM going, maybe you should have a healer in the party. Besides Clay, who doesn't want to believe it. That's it. That is the breakdown of what has happened in last night's game. Thank y'all for coming to my talk. I've gotten better. I'm not looking over here anymore. I'm looking at the camera, not over here at the camera. So yeah, I'm getting better at this shit. So that's all I've got. Tonight, about 8 p.m. ish, I'll be going live on TikTok. So come check out over there, 8 p.m. Eastern. Remember, if you like these videos, click on the like button. If you think someone else would like them, click on the share button. Every like's an inspiration, every share is an advantage, and every subscription is an experience point. I'll be gain 300 experience points, which means 300 subscriptions. That's all I want, man. I don't even know where I'm at now. But I'd like to get 300 subscriptions so I can get the second level on this YouTube stuff. And for every video that you share, the AMDM does hereby authorize you, the user, to gain 10 experience points. That's all I've got for now. So go forth and roll some dice.